Alright guys, welcome along to Slydog Tier 1 for Canada and France today. So this is Canada. Let's see what the one-shot qualifying gave us. We got Milan starting on pole, Ian in second, Sargent P3, Deacon is P4, Penvator P5, James 6, D-Lawson 7, Smee is 8, Trem is in 9th, Jake is 10th, Pickled is 11, Slayer 12, Bitmap is 13, Central is 14, Mitzi 15, Wheeler is 16. And that's our 16 drivers for the start here of the Canadian Grand Prix today for Slydog Racing Tier 1, sponsored by Bespoke. So let's get into the session, as we should be getting started any second here now as the drivers do get through that. Alright guys, so here we go at the start. Let's see, both Williams start on the front row, so let's see how our start of the race does go. Ooh. I think when Williams just got into it with someone, that was Ian getting into it there. Milan getting a good start out front there. And we already have a safety car with that issue. Something just happened down at the back. There was a severe collision at the back as well with I think Deacon and someone else. So already some drama here at the start of the Canadian GP here today. Let's see, Milan still leads though, with Sarge just behind him now, Penfoot in P3, James in P4 there, Trem now up into P5, Slayer in P6, Lost in 7. And let's see, I'm not sure if anyone is out of the session, but Ian has dropped all the way down to 10th here today. With that collision down at the start, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but actually no one is out, so let's I think that's going to be a good note for it. So we're going to just have to go on the safety car for just a little bit here as we follow along with everyone else as they're going around. So an interesting start to Canada here today. Let's see how the rest of the session does progress and go through though. So not exactly sure what the incident was. I was just having a look in the Discord to see if anyone had put any message to see what happened there. But not sure who Ian got in contact with, but he is all the way down to 12 there now. So we're gonna wait for the restart to happen, which should be around lap end of lap 3 actually, hopefully. Going through some of the new camera angles here on F1 2020, which seem to have been added very recently. So Milan once again getting an excellent grid start, and he's trying to overtake the safety car now. Come now, Milan, where are you going? You cannot go past. He's in such a hurry to get back to racing right now. So Sarge there in P2, he's gonna be having a good opportunity to try and get to Milan by the restart, but Milan always jets out in front, so he's gonna have to just keep as close as he can by the time we get to that restart for Canada here. So guys, remember, it is only a 25% distance race, so it's going to be 18 laps here at Canada, which will trigger basically just a one stop for everyone. I guess some guys might have to do a two stop if they have some damage during the race. Will trigger an extra pit stop. And Picklebeard seems to have been disconnected. Hopefully he gets back on before we get going again, because you don't want your AI driving in this sort of scenario. I mean, under the safety car should be fine, but AIs in 2020 have not seemed to be such good drivers, I would say. And Central getting a 5-second penalty. I think he collided with someone there. I'm not sure if that is true or not, but guys, you got to be careful under a safety car. It is very easy to hit the car in front of you, and for Milan it's very easy to hit that safety car as well, so you're going to want to be careful out there, buddy, because you're very close to it. See, keep trying to get alongside it. Alright, so let's see what's happening. Everyone is getting a little bit impatient, I think. Oh, that's a Racing Point getting into it. Who's Racing Point? That was Mitzi, I think. I don't know if that was a glitch or that was real, with Pickled Beer there. That seemed like a glitch though, to be honest with you. Oh, what on earth is happening with these cars right now? I'll be honest with you, that does look like a glitch. I hope we're not having a glitchy day here at Canada. I had one Saturday, it was not that fun for the guys. So hopefully we're not having that again. And we are back to racing. Let's see how turn 1 is going. Seems to be going pretty clean so far. I'll switch through the cars to see if anyone's trying for an overtake move through around turn 1. Doesn't seem to be though. Gaps are extremely close as they are. Oh, Central in the pits. Getting back out front with Milan and the rest. That is James coming down behind Pemfator there. Let's see where the close gaps are. Well, we got Smee getting very close to Lawson right now, going side by side with him. Let's see who gets. Oh, Lawson has the. Smee had the inside, so he gets a better exit off of that turn. Pickle did with a 3-second penalty. That's not going to go down too well. I still got Lawson behind Smee, trying to catch him. Gets the inside of the turn there. Let's see. I don't know if you can get a better exit though. Nope. I think Smee got the inside of the coming off that turn, so it was kind of better for him. Oh, and Picklebeard is coming up on him. Gonna try and go side by side. This is not a good portion of the track to overtake on. You do tend to go a little bit wide with it. Does get it done though. Picklebeard back up into 7. Meatsy now gets past as well. What happened? No one pitted. What happened to Lawson there? He's still going. Slayer got past him. Beard got past him, and Meatsy got past him as well. Not going too well for Lawson in that AlphaTauri there. Ian now coming up to Lawson, trying to get past him. His teammate Milan out in front, leading the race all the way from the start. Ian started in second, now down to 11 because of an incident at the start of the race. He's trying to fight his way back up. Hopefully he can get it done. Meatsy gets past Pickled Beer there now. I don't think that's a position he's going to be getting back anytime soon. He's going to have to fight him on it. And Pickled Beer is right on the rear of Meatsy. Oh, and Slayer's coming behind him as well to get into that fight. Let's see how close Picklebeard gets going down this straight. I don't think he's going to try and go side by side with him, but we have DRS is going to be enabled on this lap, so this is going to be more interesting for us here now to have a look at what happens. We got Wheeler just behind ENMC as well. Ian really fighting to get his car way back up there. Alright, let's see, what are we missing? Let's get back out front with Smee here. Oh, both McLarens behind each other. Trem and MC Smee What is Smee going to do? Is he going to catch Trem? He is catching Trem. I wonder if Trem is going to let him go by. He went a little bit wide. Might have got a warning for that. Cutting that curb just a little bit there. And that's lost on the 3-second penalty there now. Definitely going to be adding up down at the end of the race. Smee getting extremely close, going alongside Trem now. Let's see which McLaren comes out on top. Smee is going to get it. And Trem goes down to 6 now, letting his teammate go by. That might have been a wise decision if Smee is faster around Canada right now. Oh, we got Slayer trying to get past Trem here now. Trem under a little bit pressure. Sorry about that disconnection for a second there, guys. Trem now down to 8. And Slayer up into 7 there. Oh, and Trem goes into the pits. Not sure if he had any damage or not. Oh, we got quite a few pit stops happening. Sarge is now leading the race. What happened to Milan? He is in the pits. Did he take damage? No, he didn't. He's probably just taking his pit stop right now. 18 laps on lap 8 here. Got Trem in the pits, Lawson in the pits. So quite a few pit stops happening. Okay, sorry, minor disconnections in terms of mic, but we're good again. Alright, so we got more pit stops happening. Oh, that Mitzi was thinking about pit stop, but I wasn't sure. He did seem to go want to go not in the pits, but then just went in. Alright, let's see who is out front. So Sarge is still leading this race currently after Milan there. I think Milan took his pit stop. Let's change to pit stops, so we'll see what happens. Stops, and there we go. Where is Milan? He did take a stop, that's why he is there. So Slayer took his stop as well already. I'm gonna stay on pit stops for now as we follow along. So Sarge continues to lead off of Pentafatodo and Slayer, then Milan running in 4th. What is Milan gonna do in 4th now? He is chasing down Slayer. Let's see if he's gonna get a move done anytime soon, because he is less than 0.2 of a second behind right now. He is going side by side. That's really gonna get it done here. Oh, goes wide. I don't know if he got a penalty for that. Didn't seem like he did. Gets a move done though. So a little bit of a risky move there. Risking getting a penalty just to get that overtake done, but he got it done quite smoothly, I would say. Well, maybe not 100% smoothly, but he did get it done. That's how Milan does it anyway. So it's up to P3 now. He's gonna fight his way back up into P1, and he's running on mediums. So let's see how the strategy works out for him. Slayer in the pits now. Oh, and Sarge goes in the pits as well. So Penfator now leads the Canadian Grand Prix with Milan in P2. 5.7 seconds away Milan is. He's definitely going to be breaking that gap down pretty soon, because tires off of Penfator's car are going to be pretty old. And Pickle Beer is now in the pits as well. So Penfator is the only car who has not pitted as yet. Oh, that's a purple sector 1 already for Milan. Fresh tires working pretty well for him. So he is catching Penfator right now. Gap is getting smaller and smaller as we speak right now. Let's go down, see what's happening down with Trem and Jake down at the back here. We got Trem in 10, Jake in 11th, and Jake, I think he was trying to think about an overtake move there, but I don't know, he second guessed that one. Lawson gets another 3-second penalty. Trem is in the final points paying position, which is going to be, if he finishes in 10th, it's first place to start at France when we get to the reverse grid at France for the next 25% just after this session here. I remember that is going to be on the exact same stream. Hey Steve, how are you? Yeah, I would agree. He did kind of cut the corner quite massively to get that position done. But of course the guys do have report rooms. So if that driver wants to report Milan, they can actually do that in the Discord. It's all up to them. But to be honest with you, either way Milan was going to get past him. The tires on his car were much older, so Milan had fresh tires. He was going to do it at some point. But and then the guy did go into the pits, so... But it's still up to the driver who lost that position to make a complaint if they want to. They can do that. It's up to them. Alright, so let's see where we are at. Going back to Wheeler. I don't know what's flying around, if that's carbon fiber or not. Oh, I think Wheeler is missing something. Hey Chris, what's up? Alright, let's see. These two are gonna go for it. Oh, getting into some contact here. The Renault and McLaren, Trem and Wheeler going at it, and I got Slayer coming in between of them as well. That's a three-way battle going down. Ooh, and Wheeler holds back just a little bit here now. It's going to be Trem and Slayer fighting it out. Trem takes the lead going off. Oh, and Slayer is going to come side by side with Trem now, going past for the moment. Let's see who gets across the final chicane. And this should be interesting. Oh, and we got Wheeler side by side with Trem going through to turn 1 now. So definitely a good fight for final points swing position. Well, for 10th for the restart for the next one. Oh, hey Mogi, what's up? Didn't realize it was you, Mogi. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Did Milan get anyone out front? Oh, he's already out front in P1. I don't know why I'm surprised by that right now. He's already back leading the race, and Sarge is now running second. Ian, his teammate, is Milan's teammate, is running in third now. He's going to try to get her back to second, where he did start this race. I got Central getting in the mix with Wheeler and Trem now. Trem now down into P13. Yeah, I know. It's been a hell of a day with it. It's been happening since Sunday afternoon, actually. Oh, sorry, Saturday afternoon. Most of Saturday and all day yesterday I was at work with it. But I'm kind of off today, so that's why I just rested for the morning with it. Alright, we got a few more pit stops happening. What am I missing? It's me out front here, getting very close to Ian now. He's going to challenge for final podium position. Let's see if he can get this done. We're going to follow on board with Smee for just a bit, as he's getting very close to Ian. Ian going to have to defend at some point. He has DRS, has overtake on. Definitely going to get side by side with him going into this chicane. Let's see who gets it done. Seems like he has the pace to get it. Yep, he does. I think he got that quite smoothly. I think Milan is safely out in front unless he makes a mistake. Penfator gets past Ian now as well. Ian losing positions. Does he have damage? Yes, he does. He's missing the right end plate. Well, that is surprising, Chris. I'll say that. If the wall actually came out and hit you instead of you hitting that wall, then that's something to talk about. Oh, Mitzi gets past Ian as well. That damage is definitely affecting his performance here today. He's now down to 6. Sorry, I missed that a bit. Let's see what's happening. Oh, Mitzi is about to challenge Penfator now. 3-second penalty for Mitzi there, though. Gotta be careful with cutting the corner here. On lap 14, just about 4.5 laps more to go, I would say. Milan leading out front with 11 seconds. Smee just behind Sarge now, 9 seconds. Let's go back to Central, who's getting very close to Wheeler. Want to see how this is going to play out as well. I'll be switching back to Mitzi and just oh, and he's going past. Seems to get that done quite easily. Trem got past Larson down at the back. Oh, Larson is in the pits. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen in 2020. It's been really disappointing with the glitches we've been having in the game since it came out. And guys, don't forget we do have the Tier 2 race starting after we finish France here, of course. We're finishing this race, then we're going to France with Tier 1. And after that, we're starting a new stream for the Tier 2 race. And let's see how those guys are going to be performing. Oh, James gets up because someone, Meaty is in the pits. So a few late pit stops happening. Let's see who is close to follow. I got Temperature getting close to Smee. Who else is closer here? I don't think anyone else is that close. Nope, I think this is the closest battle we got going on. Milan now increasing his gap to 12 seconds out in front. And I don't think Smee is catching Sarge either. Ian still has his wing damage, I think, so he's suffering a bit. Yes, he is still with that wing damage. He didn't pit us yet. Doesn't want to risk losing it. Just about 3 laps more to go. So I think he is going to be pushing it down to the end. 109.7. I think the fastest I've ever done on Canada is a 110 point something, but I can't remember 110 point what. But I've never made a 109 as yet. That was on 2020 game, yeah. That was when I first got the game. I did some practice on it. Alright, so let's see who is. Oh, that gap has increased a bit. Getting a bit distracted. Let's blame that on not me, or me not being 100% today. I think Pempetor is going to be chasing Smee all the way to the end of the race, and it's going to come down to penalties if Smee is going to be able to keep Pempetor behind. We're going to see about that. Ian trying to finish his race in 5th. James in 6th, being chased by Slayer right now. He couldn't get a penalty there. Canada is, and we've talked about this before, but Canada is such an easy track to get penalties on. You gotta just be so careful, especially in 2020. It's not that easy avoiding the penalties. You gotta be careful with the corners. Interesting camera view as we're getting very close. We're going side by side now. And there we go. Slayer gets past. James moves up into 6th. He's going to chase down Ian now, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get this done. It's only so many laps remaining, which is we're about to enter the final lap of the race here pretty soon. Let's see what's going on with Wheeler down here at the back. He's chasing down Kona right now, who has a few penalties, I think. I got Lawson chasing down Pickled Beard. Less than a second the gap is right now. It's also interesting to compare how Tier 1 and Tier 2 does at these tracks. Yeah, it is. That's true. It does seem that somebody seems to be disconnected here. Let's get back out front. Following with Penfator as he's still chasing down Smee. Or Smee and I don't remember who was where. Sorry, my memory is a little bit bad right now. Between Smee and Penfator. I know the two of them are fighting it out. Oh, little lid braking. Trying to avoid Penfator getting a move done there. As we should be on the final lap right now. Let's see if anyone else is going to get anything done by the time we watch Milan go around a bit. Oh, Lawson's getting pretty close. Get to him. Getting to Pickled Beard. Let's see if he can get a position up here before the end of the race. I think we're going to follow Milan as he finishes his final lap in Sector 3. Oh, we got Slayer getting very close to Ian here. Oh, going side by side. Gonna squeeze him in this corner. Taking the inside, getting that done. Ian down to 6 now in the final lap of this race. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. Slayer, he seems to be losing time with that broken wing. It definitely is affecting his performance right now. And here come, well, there he goes. He already crossed the line. That is Milan for pole position of the race. He will be starting 10th in the next one. I got Sarge coming around now for second. And Smee just behind him. So that Sarge goes second. Smee comes around the final chicane there. Now with Pemfator still chasing him. A second the gap is currently. As he's going to come across the line third. Pemfator comes fourth. Oh, they switch position because of penalties. So Pemfator goes third and Smee goes fourth. Slayer and Ian coming across. Now let's see if they're going to switch as well. So Slayer goes fifth. Ian goes sixth. James goes fifth because of penalties between Slayer and Ian there. Bitmappy pushes Ian down even further. Ian is now 8th. Central goes 9th. Dikuna goes 10th. Wheeler goes 12th. And Trem should be coming around for 13th. They'll have to start 13th for the next race. And there we go. So that is the finishing positions for our Tier 1 race here at Canada. We're going to be getting ready very, very shortly. In just a few minutes, Driver of the Day goes to Slayer. Not bad. Yeah, I think you guys should probably switch it to short quali for the next season. Because we'll be finishing this one fairly shortly either way. So I think we're halfway through the season already. So I guess for Slydog Racing League, you guys can have a talk about doing a short quali. And then doing this... well, I'm not sure how you do the race, but if you're still going to do the 25%, 25% with the reverse grade, you can still actually do it. It's no problem. It'll just take a little bit more time. The short quali usually takes about 25 to 30 minutes. Well, it's 18 minutes, but with the session loading time and everything, it takes about 25 minutes in total in terms of stream time for me. So that's actually not that bad. Alright guys, so that is it for Canada. We're going to head on to France now with Tier 1 and see how well the guy's going to perform there. So there's the standings. As they stand, I'm just going to have in case anyone needs it. So that is Milan in pole position for this race. Sargent second, Pemfator third, Smee fourth, James fifth, Slayer sixth, Bitmappy 7, Ian 8, Mitzi 9, Central 10, Dikona 11, Wheeler 12, Trem 13, and Picklebeard 14. Did I miss anyone there? Yeah, I did. Lawson 15, Jake 16. So 11 to 16. I'm going to start right where they are. And it's going to be Central on pole, Missy in second, Ian in third. Ian starting in a pretty good place, even though Milan is going to be starting in 10th. I think he's going to be trying to work his way very fastly up the field. And France is a pretty interesting track. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun there. Okay, so we're just going to give the guys just a few minutes as they get the grid reformed, and then we will get going. Apologize about the disconnection, guys. Getting back on by the start. Oh, and it looks like we're having a wet race here at France. I hope these guys brought their wet setups for the track, because this is going to be quite an interesting one here now for a wet race at France. Not sure how many of their setups are going to work, because I know usually majority of the guys will just work on their dry setups, practice on a dry track, but you know it's always important to practice on a wet track as well. And it looks like it's raining pretty hard, so this might mean full wets for the entire race, which is gonna make it just simply a one stop as usual. But it does seem to be full wets. I don't know if it's inters, I can't tell us yet. We're gonna have a look in a second as we're getting started here now. Let's see what they're gonna do. Oh, it is full wets. Oh, and Mitzi's trying to get a move on Central going into turn one as they're going wheel to it. Oh, and Ian gets... Ian almost got up into first. He is still fighting Mitzi on it. Oh, and we got some cars off track down at the back there, following the bad out front at the moment here, though, as it's so wet, it's so difficult for us to even see these cars right now. Imagine what the drivers are facing in this kind of conditions. As Mitzi continues in first, Ian continues going in second, Central in third, Slayer in fourth, as we can see how positions were lost and gained here. Going on to tires, everyone is on wets. It's only going to be a one stop for the race. Trem with a 3-second penalty as well. Where is Trem? He is currently in 8th. Milan already up into P7. No safety car, no VSCs as yet. Guys are trying to be as careful as they can right now in these treacherous conditions, as it is so difficult to see. As Milan gets past Sarge there, goes up, he's now behind Bitmappy. You can see how difficult it is for these drivers right now, because look at the track, you can barely see the car in front of you except for the lights charging the ERS system. So I do apologize about the difficulty we're having to see these cars on track right now, but it is... Oh, and got some contact between Bitmappy and Sarge there, I think. Yeah, it was between the two of them. I don't know if anybody took any damage off of that, but it is very difficult to control these cars in these sort of conditions. So gotta give it to these guys for not causing a safety car or a VSC so far in the race. Everyone will be seeming like they're moving just a bit slower than usual, that is. But that's how it's gonna be for a while until if it possibly dries out a bit to go to inters. But I don't think that's gonna happen. It's heavy rain all the way through here. Gaps are going to be very close between a lot of these guys as Butters gets past Pickled Beer down at the back. Trying to follow along with Sarge and Bitmappy right now. You got to just be so careful not to hit the car in front of you, and your braking points are very important. Oh, as Bitmappy goes wide, Sarge gets a free pass to go ahead, and he gets the move done. It is very difficult to keep your car on the racing line in these conditions, guys. I'll be honest with you. So we're hopefully we don't get a safety car happen here or a VSC, because these guys are trying their best to drive as safely as they can. Smee getting very close to Bitmap here as well. Gaps are extremely close all over the track right now. Where is I'm looking for Milan. Oh, there is Milan. He's up into 4th already. Mitzi just went down a place. Mitzi just went down a few places, actually. There's a car off track. I think that might be Mitzi. Yeah, it is. Mitzi probably spun or maybe got into someone. I'm not sure if he lost the rear end. But he is now down into 8th. Was running way up in the fielder. Ian now leads the race. The next Williams is in 3rd. That's Milan running right now. He is currently trying to get past Slayer here, as he seems to have gotten it done. He is now up into 2nd behind his teammate. He might be trying to head up in front, and his teammate definitely might be allowing him to go by, because he seems to be the faster Williams driver at the moment. So that is now Milan up into P2, Ian up into P3, sorry, P1, Slayer in P3, sorry, Sarge in P4, Bitmap running in P5 currently. Oh, we got some movements happening down at the back here. So Mitzi all the way down to 7th now. It's gonna have to try and work his way back up. That is going to be a little bit difficult to do as Trem chases down Mitzi right now. Mitzi might have some damage, I'm not sure. It's very hard to see if cars have damage at this point in terms of the weather here. I don't think he has any damage. It seems to be fine. The guys are going to have to try and keep their cars on the racing line. As you can see, the racing line on the track getting a little bit drier than the rest of it. It is where you want to keep the car. You're going to have more traction on it. If there is too much water to be displaced off that racing line, you're definitely going to want to avoid it because you're going to lose the rear end of the car. It's going to be very hard to control. Jake is in 11th now, Penfator in 12, Central in 13, James 14, Butters 15, Lawson 16, now Picklebeard down at the back in 17. So a very difficult race for a lot of the guys here, as I don't think they brought their setups for a wet race or expected this to happen, as we got Penfator trying to go side by side with Jake, not getting enough pace to do it, or he just wants to hold back in terms of going into this corner here. You're going to want to be a little bit careful, try not to cut the corner as well. Picklebeard with a 3-second penalty there. It's going to be very difficult here to avoid penalties as well, much more than it would have been in a dry track, because your braking is going to be very difficult with the cars. As you can see, Penfator going a little bit wide than he would have expected to go there. It does happen like that sometimes because you just can't brake enough, or you have to brake way earlier with the conditions here. And Milan gets the fastest lap off of Ian there. He's now half a second behind his teammate. Milan definitely is going to look like he's about to take the lead of this race pretty soon. Got Dikuna, just a half a second behind Trem right now. Oh, I think Bitnappy and Mitzi trying to get into it here. Yeah, Bitmap is up into 6th now. Very surprisingly, we're only on lap 4, but no collisions, no safety car as yet, no severe collisions that cause a safety car. Milan is now right behind his teammate Ian. He might be looking to get past pretty soon. I'm not sure if he's going to let Ian stay in front. It's up to the 2 Williams driver right now to see what's going to happen in these conditions. I'm not sure if he wants to put Ian under the pressure of these guys that are coming from behind. Slayer is about 3.2 seconds behind though, or he's going to probably just try to push Ian to go further. Oh, he's going past. Try not to cause a collision between the 2 Williams driver right now. And the last thing they want happening is losing both cars out of the race and losing all of that points, as they're trying to get ahead in the championship right now. They might be switching positions on this occasion here though. I think they are, as it does seem. Yep, got both Williams going side by side here. There we go. Ian lets Milan get past quite easily there and goes up into P1. Ian now down into P2. Slayer chases 2.8 seconds behind these guys. And then we got Sarge before Smee running 5th right now. Let's see, you got Mitzi and Bitmap just under a second behind him right now, trying to chase him down. Oh, that gap is building over a second now. And obviously there's going to be no DRS during a wet race such as this one. So they're just going to have to rely on their ERS to use, which is not usually always that helpful as you would expect compared to a dry race. So that gap is building a bit. We got Decona just behind Trem. Half a second that gap is. The cars are going to be we're just going to seem to be moving a lot slower, guys, because they are. You cannot just drive full on as you would do in a wet race. Tires and the condition of the track don't actually allow you to do that. Oh, we got Trem getting very close to Bitmappy now. He is going to be trying for something pretty soon, but in these conditions you really want to be so careful about it, because if you do spin off here, it's really going to cost you a lot of positions. Gotta say though, everyone's been driving pretty well for this race. No one taken out as yet, no one DNF, no one had to retire. And Deacon gets past Mitzi there. No pit stops as yet. I wonder if it's possible for these guys to go all the way to the end of the race on this one set of tires. You never know, it could be possible. We did see pit stop strategy show us that it's either going to be a 0 stop or a 1 stop. So if they can actually push the tires all the way to the end, it wouldn't matter. You don't get a penalty because it's not a dry race. You don't have to use both tire compounds or 2 different tire compounds in a race. You can just use one. Because it's wet. If you have to use wet all the way through, you're going to have to do it. So if you do take a pit stop, it's going to be going on to wets and not inters, because this track is nowhere near as dry to facilitate driving on intermediate tires. As we can have a look now, it is still so difficult to see Trem's car in front of the corner right now. The only thing that's basically visible is the light that shows that that car is using its energy recovery system. That's charging the ERS. They did add the 2 extra lights on the rear wing, so it's a little bit easier to see as well. You don't just see the one near the diffuser there. So I still got Milan leading the race. Ian still running second. Slayer still in third. Sargent fourth still. Smith still in fifth. Bitmappy is now running in sixth. Trem is seventh. Dikone is now in eighth. Chasing down Trem. Mitzi in ninth. Wheeler in 10th. Oh, and we have a bit of contact between Dikone and Trem, and that's what you don't want to happen because he just lost the position. Mitzi gets past him up into 8th. You don't want to tap the car in front of you because with the conditions on track, you're definitely going to be losing control of it a little bit and have to try to get it back. And with a car just behind you, you're losing that position as well, which is what just happened to Dikone. He's now lost a position to Mitzi trying to get past Trem, or I don't know if the braking race wasn't enough, he couldn't brake anymore. It's possible as well. So Mitzi moved up into 8th. Deacon lost some time now trying to catch back Mitzi. Wheeler is just in 10th, still going. Penfator gets past Jake, it seems, here now. Jake is going to try and chase back Penfator. I don't know if he's going to get to do it. 144.8 wet conditions here at France. That's the fastest lap so far. Milan getting it, of course. Got Central just behind Jake here as well. Oh, trying to go side by side with Jake now. Let's see if he's going to get this done. Gets past Jake. There's a better view of it as he does go past. Jake is now down into 13. James in 14 there. Trying to catch up now right now as well. Driving a Mercedes. Oh, Dikone and Trem. Oh, and Trem is into the wall. Trem went into the wall. He's lost it. He's lost his front wing. Trying to get back on track right now. He's now down into 14. That's definitely going to hurt his race. Those tires are going to be having some serious problems. As he gets back on track, gets going again. He's now in 14th. Was running way up in the top 10. And I'm not sure what caused that spin off on track. If it was just by himself. And that's caused a virtual safety car for that incident. So first VSC here at France. We're on lap 7 and that happens. Incident with Trem and I think somewhere else, I forgot who that was. I'm not sure if it was an incident with someone or just by himself that caused that. VSC should be ending here pretty shortly and we'll get back to racing. Alright, we're back to racing. VSC is over as we follow along with Penfator right now. Got Wheeler in front of him and Central just behind. Oh, and Central gets past Penfator. Central is up into 10th. Penfator down into 11th now. He's going to want to try to fight that. I think he has damage on his front wing though. The right end plate seems to be missing of Penfator's car. It's very difficult to see, but if we do get a correct camera angle, I think we'll be able to see it. Maybe if you look back from Central's car. No, it's still a bit difficult to see. Oh, Jake is in the pits. He's pitting. Obviously going to be going on to another set of wets. Oh, and look at this. Pickled Beard has chosen to go on inters. I don't know if that was a wise decision, as it doesn't seem like it was. This track is way too wet for intermediate tires right now. I don't think inters are going to do it here. He's going to have to pit back again and switch those tires out. I don't think he has a grip on those tires to go for it. He's trying to look for a part of the track that's going to be best for it. and it doesn't seem to be working for Picklebeard right now. He might have made a very big mistake here. We're not sure how much this is going to cost him. He was running down and back though. Well, let's see. I think he was trying to get a jump on everyone and try to switch a tire a little bit earlier, but I don't think this is going to work out too well. I don't think anyone else is going to be switching to those tires. Oh, and still Trem running. Oh, Butters is out of the race. What has happened to him? I think we're about to see his car. His car is on the right side of the track. If you can see it blinking there, he is into the wall. Not sure how that happened. Milan with a 3-second penalty out front, but he's 7 seconds ahead. He's in the pits right now. So a car out of the race. That's another VSC. And let's see what's going on with Milan in the pits here. Ian goes into the pits as well. So it's a double stack for Williams right now. Let's see if Ian is going to get held up. I think Ian is currently getting his tires changed. Sorry, Milan that is. Oh, that was actually pretty quick from the Williams crew there. Very fast to get Milan out of the way so Ian can get in and get his tires changed as well. And both of them getting out. But where do they come out? Are they coming out behind each other? Let's see. It does seem like that's happening. They did get that move done quite quickly. Safety, the VSC actually helped with that, and we're back racing again. So Milan now runs in 4th after a pit stop. Ian runs in 5th after his pit stop. They were running behind each other. Smee and Sarge and Slayer out front of them haven't pitted as yet, I would think. There we go. No, they have not pitted as yet. Trem is currently... Oh, Trem has DNF. What has happened to Trem? Did he just retire from the session? I'm not sure. I think he might have retired in the pits. Not having a good race here today, Trem. After that very disturbing incident he had into the wall, I think he might have chosen to retire. And there we have position changes. Milan getting past me already on fresher wet tires. So Milan back up into P3 now. Ian is still in P4. He is trying to catch Smee out in front of him. 6.9 seconds in front actually. How is he so far back? I'm not sure. It seems Milan might have better pace on a wet track even though it's the same Williams. And let's see, we got Picklebeard running on his Inter still. Let's see how that's working for him. I'm not sure if it's working well for him or not. Honestly, I can't say. As we're not able to see tire information, we're still working on getting something set up to be able to do that. So we can be able to give you that information when we're racing here. Alright, this 40-second the gap is. We'll have to keep an eye on that to know if he's actually making some time there or not. Oh, we got some action happening here. Bitmappy getting a bit... Oh, he's lost it. I think he's going into the pits. Nope. Oh, sorry, not the pits. Oh, losing it again. He might have hit the wall this time. Not sure. He's getting very close to it. It's very difficult to get your car back and steady on track when you do lose it here. Just about 3 laps more remaining here though at France. So let's see what else is happening. Got James very close to Bitmappy now. Bitmappy under threat of losing 10th. Let's see if James can get this done running in his Mercedes. Oh, Picklebeard disqualified for receiving too many penalties. So Picklebeard is out of the race. He's received too many penalties, so that's 3 drivers out now from 17, where 14 drivers remaining now only. Our closest gap seems to be Milan out front right now, chasing down Sarge, and let's see, he might be trying to get something done here. He's gonna go side by side with him. I don't know if he's going to get it on the outside. He seems like he got it done. I don't know where this guy finds the pace from. He's now up into P2. His teammate's still in P5 there, trying to get up to Smee. So Milan's still trying now. He has just about 2.5 laps, or at least 2 laps, I will say, remaining to break down the gap of 7.9 seconds from Slayer and get P1. Let's see if he can actually get this done. I'll be quite impressed, especially in the conditions that we're driving with, if he can actually get that done. So Sarge and Smee down at the back here, chasing each other right now. That is MC Smee in the McLaren there, and you see Sarge going in the Alfa Romeo. I think Smee is going to try and catch Sarge to get P3. I don't know, but Ian doesn't seem to be able to break that gap down between himself and Smee right now. So that's probably going to see how it is. James still chasing down Bitmap. You have a second that gap is right now. James with another penalty there though. These penalties are really going to affect the guys down in the end, but we can't say we're surprised about it. Wet tracks does prove to be very difficult to drive and avoid cutting the corner for a penalty, especially when you're fighting for positions out here. And you see the gap between Slayer and Milan now down by a second. And not finishing a full lap as yet. Oh, Sarge is getting farther than Smee are fighting it out. Smee gets past. And now Sarge is up into P4. Smee gets up into P3. So he has some pretty good pace on our track here. Ian still having trouble trying to catch up now to these guys out in front here. Milan with the fastest lap at 143.5 in the wet. Not bad, I'll say. Gap between him and Slayer is still there. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Slayer. Slayer is going to be happy if the end of the race can come right now, so he can just finish in first with Milan down in second. I think Slayer is going to be pretty happy if he can say that he beat Milan in the race too as well. But let's see how this goes. Anything can happen coming down to the end. It's now 4.5 seconds the gap is between Milan and Slayer out in front there, as we got Wheeler very close to Central. I still got Jake on those. Jake is now on Inter, sorry. He just switched over to Inters actually. Is it dry enough for that? Absolutely not. I don't think it's dry enough for intermediate tires here. I don't think that's the right call right now. It's going to be very slippery on wets, and it's going to be very hard to get grip on those Inters. Let's see how it's going. He seems to be actually running pretty well with it. 35 seconds. Let's see if the gap increases or gets worse though. No, I think he's having a lot of trouble catching grip here right now. Look at those rears, see what's happening. I don't think he's getting the amount of grip he should be getting. Milan now 2.9 seconds behind Slayer. His guy is catching Slayer at an incredible pace, and he's now into the final lap of this race. I'm going to follow Milan around. Let's see if he's going to be able to catch Slayer and get him moved on before the end of the final lap of the race. I don't know if it's possible, but if Slayer does make a mistake, he's definitely going to be losing the position to Milan here. This has been an incredible race here for Tier 1, especially with this second race they did at France here. This has been somewhat of a difficult race for most of these drivers, so gotta say good job on all of them to finish the race. Only Trem didn't get to finish, Butters and Picklebeard. I know Butters crashed out. I think Trem just retired in the pits, and I think Picklebeard had disqualified for too many penalties. Gap is 2.2 seconds now. I don't think he's going to be able to break it down. James is trying to break his gap down to Bitnappy right now. Not getting a close enough gap to get a move done as yet, so he might have to finish in 11 there. Oh, Wheeler with a 3-second penalty. They're going to want to be careful not to get a penalty on the final lap of the race. Slayer on 12-lap old tires. I don't think he pitted the entire race. That's his strategy, right? Trying to keep him to win this race right now, and I think Milan is catching him, but is he going to be able to get it done in the next few corners as we're coming to the end of the race now? Yes, a few corners left to go. Sector 3 with a yellow flag. Oh, that's I think Jake just sliding by between of them there, following with Slayer's car right now as he comes around the final turn. He's going around now. Milan getting just under a second now behind him, but I think it's going to come down to penalties. If Slayer has penalties and Milan's car goes into the wall. Not sure what happened to him there. That's Milan in T2. Slayer takes full position for the French Grand Prix here today. Smee is going to come across for Torre. Let's see if he gets it. Goes P3. Oh, Sarge takes P3. Smee goes down to P4. Ian is going to come across for P5. Ian goes P4. Smee goes down to P5 now. Mitzi come across for 6. Let's see if he gets it. Does get a Deacon that comes around for 7th. And gets that. Central is coming around for 8. And let's see, Central is coming around now. Let's see, getting on the pit straight. Let's see where if he's going to keep that 8th position. I think he should. Does. Wheeler comes around for 9th. Takes it. James comes in 10th. Got past Bitmappy, who's now in 11th. Lawson 12th coming around with Penfator just behind him. So let's see if these two are going to switch because of penalties here. So Lawson comes around 12. And I think he might have kept it. Alright guys, so that was a heck of a race here. And driver of the day goes to Milan. Of course, he started 10th and finished in 2nd. So not a bad race for Milan for the wet. Still getting up there in 2nd. But Slayer, good job on him for keeping Milan behind. Coming down to the end of the race. Did not pit. That strategy worked very well for him. So that is 2 Alfa Romeos on the podium here today. And that is it, how it's. So Slayer took a penalty, Milan took a penalty as well. So Slayer in P1, Milan P2, Sarge in P3, Ian goes P4, Smee 5th, Mitzi 6th, Dicona 7, Central 8th, B Wheeler 9, James 10th, Bitmappy 11th, Penfator 12, Lawson 13, Jake 14, Trem 15, Butter 16, Pickled Beer 17. And that is how it works out for France here today for Tier 1. So we're going to be ending off the stream here, guys, and we will be back online in just about 5 minutes, getting ready to get started with Tier 2 at Canada. So let's look forward to that. So thank you guys for joining.